Hello guys, TuketheDuke here, and welcome back. So this video is about a trip we took with the family up to Lapland here in Finland. So sit back, enjoy. So let's get this thing on the road. Of course, every holiday has to start out with a map. So where are we? Where's Finland? Well, it's at the top of the Europe, next to Sweden and Russia. So that's always scary. But here we are in Kuopio. And the plan was to drive up all the way from Kuopio to Levi, which is where we were going skiing. And if we look at some of the data, it says around 700 kilometers and 8 hours for the drive. But we left around 9 in the morning and arrived at 8 in the afternoon, well, 8 in the evening. So 11 hours, so quite a long journey. But if you sleep for most of it, it's quite short. It's a good tactic. And first thing in the morning, we're driving. And then about an hour later, we hit the pit stop and go for this croissant thingy. I'm not sure what it is. And I had gotten my license the day before we left for this journey, so I got to drive a little bit as well. Legally, first time in this car. And I was still having troubles finding the keyhole. Yeah, that's embarrassing. But anyway, we made it there safely, no problems. First day we rented out some skis and then we hit the slopes. Visibility was, well, quite poor. But it wasn't too bad, it wasn't cold at all. Maybe like -4 or 5, which was pretty good. So I hadn't skied for like 2 years, so skills was still a bit rusty. And I was amazed about how much you have to go up the hills, like with the lifts and all that, so that took quite a lot of time. There were these forest routes that I tried out, but they were quite extreme, some of them. The weather, as I mentioned already, this day was pretty cloudy, and because of the distance between going up and down the slope, so halfway down, visibility is like clear, and then like all the way at the top it's really foggy and you can't see anything. This was a pretty cool place. We went at the top of the slope where we got a bit of hot chocolate and a bit of liquor in there. I filmed it with the GoPro 4, and most of it I did in filming in the 1440 by 1080 mode, but then I was too lazy to export it to 1080, so I just like cropped it down. I like this lift, it's pretty cool. And then it just comes up and pop, takes you away to the top. And that was about day 3 or 4 done. And food was pretty good, so there was some pizza and open-faced burgers and a bit of Irish coffee on the slopes. So the last day we rented out some snowmobiles because the weather was just up for it. So here we are at this top of the slope next to this. The parking sign's pretty cool for snowmobiles only. So we drove up and then we drove down, as most things usually happen that way. Luckily the helmet already had like a GoPro mount, so I just used that and popped the camera onto the mount already, so that's pretty cool. This snowmobile has around 120 horsepower and it weighs probably like 300 kilograms, so the power to weight ratio is pretty awesome. And we found this little strait. I'm not sure if it's like a lake or a swamp because there are like trees in the middle of it. So we tested at the max speed. Well, not the max speed is like insane. But I only did 120, which is still illegal, so yeah, don't report me, please, thanks, cool. And I managed to get it wheeling a couple of times because it was just like gas the accelerator, it just goes. And then there was a couple of frightening moments where I rode passenger when my sister was driving, so but luckily she didn't go as fast, so it was pretty safe. And the last day we were skiing was pretty good, weather-wise at least. Bit of sun. You could actually like see where all the slopes were for the first time. It was like if you're like in a city the first time, but you're blind, so you don't know where anything is. And then you miraculously become not blind. And then you're just like, wow, this is here and that's there, so it was pretty cool to see that. But yeah, that was the trip in like a shortened version. Hopefully you like it, and I've got a lot of good video ideas coming up soon, so I'll get those posted now that there's schools over and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.